Привет, мои дорогие, любимые и родные! Welcome back to my channel. In this lesson, we are covering plural nouns in Russian from every angle. How plural nouns are formed, the main rule plus the exception you will actually run into, how they're used, including a small but important group of nouns that only exist in the plural, how to avoid mixing up plural nouns with other forms that look like just them. This is a meaty topic, so take your time with it, pause when you need, and don't feel like you have to memorize everything on the first watch. Let's start with the foundation. Every Russian noun has a gender, masculine, feminine, neuter, and you need the gender to correctly build the plural. If you haven't watched my video on gender yet, I will link it above, because everything today builds on it. Here's the core idea. Singular means one. Стол, книга, окно. Plural means more than one. Столы, книги, окна. By the way, if you want to master your Russian, I can help you with personal classes. Your current level and your location doesn't matter. Just text me for a journey to Russian language. Masculine and feminine nouns take ы or и in the plural. Neuter nouns take а or я in the plural. Let's look at examples. Masculine. Стол, столы. Студент, студенты. Музей, музеи. And feminine. Газета, газеты. Машина, машины. Neuter. Окно, окна. Здание, здания. Море, моря. Now here's the spelling rule that you need to apply every single time because it overrides the basic ending. After these 7 letters, k, g, h, zh, sh, sh, ch, Russia never writes ы. You always write и instead. So книга should logically become книги, following the feminine a to ы shift. But because the stem ends in g, one of our 7 letters, it becomes книги instead. Same with related words. Нога, ноги, рубашка, рубашки, ключ, ключи. Two-step habit. First, pick the ending from the gender. Then, check the last letter of the stem against those 7 letters. If it's one of them, swap ы for e. Do this every time and you will never make that classic beginner mistake of writing книги or ноги. Most nouns follow the rule above, but a set of very common everyday words don't. And because they are so frequent, you need to learn them early as fixed vocabulary rather than trying to derive them from a rule. A cluster of masculine and neuter nouns switch to soft sign plus я ending instead of regular one. Check this out. Брат, братья, стул, стулья, лист, листья, дерево, деревья, перо, перья, крыло, крылья. A couple of these also shift the consonant. Друг, друзья. Noticed how the g becomes z, and сын, сыновья adds an extra ov piece before the ending. Just memorize this one as is. There is no shortcut rule for which nouns take soft sign plus ya. You simply learn them as vocabulary the same way English speakers just know that mouse becomes mice. Two extremely common nouns don't just change their ending, they switch to a totally different word, exactly like English, person, people, child, children, человек, люди, ребенок, дети. There is no человеки, there is no ребенки, люди and дети are the only normal plurals of these words in everyday Russian. Two feminine family nouns insert an extra syllable «ер» before adding endings. Мать, матери, дочь, дочери. Fun memory trick. Think of the English words maternal, which share the same ER root. It can help the pattern stick. A group of masculine nouns borrows the Nietzsche style ending a, ya, instead the usual e along with the shift in stress. Дом, дома, город, города, вечер, вечера, глаз, глаза, паспорт, паспорта. There is no way to predict which masculine nouns do this. You will simply pick them up with practice and repetition as you learn new vocabulary. Nouns describing nationality or group membership that end in anin or yanin drop that ending and take ане, яне in the plural. Check this out. Англичанин, англичане. Гражданин, граждане. Крестьянин, крестьяне. A small group of neutral nouns ending in mya add an yen piece before the plural ending. Имя, имена, время, времена. And one true oddball to file away, яблоко is neutral, but you would expect a giving яблока, but the actual plural is яблоки with e. It's simply an exception worth knowing. Some Russian nouns have no singular form at all. They are always grammatically plural, even when they are referred to a single object. This group mostly covers things that naturally come in two parts or concept, tied to time or money. Check this out. Брюки, очки, ножницы, часы, деньги, каникулы, сутки. Here's the important part for usage. Even if you're talking about one pair of trousers, Russians still treat it as a grammatically plural. У меня новые брюки. I have new trousers. Literally uses the plural adjectives новые, even though it's one item. And instead of one, Russians use одни with these nouns. У меня одни джинсы. I have one pair of jeans. This is the section that trips up even intermediate learners. So let's slow down here. For feminine nouns ending in a, ya, and for neutral nouns ending in o, ye, the genitive singular and the nominative plural often use the exact same ending, sometimes the exact same word. For example, the word книга, a book, in a genitive singular книги, нет книги, there is no book. Nominative plural, вот книги. Here are the books, two or more. Identical spelling. Окно, genitive singular, нет окна. there is no window. Nominative plural, вот окна. Here are the windows. Same word, different meaning. So how do you tell them apart? Context. Genitive singular shows up after words like нет, no, there isn't, after numbers 2, 3, 4 in some patterns, or to show of something. Nominative plural shows up when the noun itself is in the subject of the sentence and there is more than one. You won't always catch it by the word alone, you will have to look at the sentence around it. Some Russian nouns describe a group of many things or people, but they are grammatically singular. Take singular verb forms and never appear in the plural at all. Молодежь, the youth. Детвора, a group of children. Листва, all the leaves on a tree. Посуда, dishes. Don't be tempted to pluralize them or treat them like a countable plural noun. Grammatically, they behave exactly like молоко or вода, one uncountable singular. If this video was useful, save it for later, because this is exactly the kind of topic you will want to come back to. Here's a link for a free trial lesson below if you would like personalized help with any of this. See you in the next video. By the way, which part of plural nouns is the hardest for you? Write in the comments. Пока!